Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So, I'm going to go ahead and open up some more figures today. So, first off, while we're waiting, somebody had a question about how to reseal or how to reclose a figure box. So I'm going to show a cool technique on this Fisto right here on how to reuse or how to reclose a figure box afterwards. So we'll do that today too. And then we're going to open up this furry Panthor. And then, of course, we're going to open up to 2000X Evil-Lyn. We'll have some fun playing around with different parts and see how they go together. And that's probably about it. I'll also try on the helmets on both the furry and the regular so you guys can see kind of the difference and how it fits. And that'll be kind of fun to do. So, with that, let me go and do my sound check. All right, the sound's working. So let's go ahead and get started. So, let's see. First one I want to open is Evil-Lyn. So let's get her open first. And of course, you can see the regular Evil-Lyn we have, and the 2000X one. And then we have our Stephanie figure also that is very Evil-Lyn-like. So you can kind of see all the differences that we have to choose from. So we're getting quite the selection now we can do. So, first up is Evil-Lyn. And you can see she's sporting her 2000X kind of look. And that's what the sticker's all about here, with the Masters of the Universe with the 2000X logo on it. And it has a new comic in the back. Actually, it's the same one from the Faker figure we opened up. And you can see it shows she can put in her staff and she can swivel around. And here's the other figures in the line. Now, I have to admit, that is a really cool graphic they have. And look, you can see Evil-Lyn blasting. And then you have the Lord of Power Merman there, and you have Stinkor, and you have the special comic release version of Triclops there. But for Trapjaw, it's just the regular Trapjaw we've seen earlier, which I know everyone's complaining at, saying it's so hard to get that one. It says, with dark magic at her disposal, Evil-Lyn's powers make her one of Eternia's greatest threats. Dun dun dun. Let's see. Sir Benjamin Pin. I love the 2000X throwback. Hopefully we'll see more 2000X figures from the Origins line. I hope you're right. Pop Actress said, why didn't they paint Trapjaw's eyebrows? I have no idea. That is a good question. All right, let's go ahead and open her up and check it out. Now, for those of you that know me and have seen my videos, you know that for a short while there I was having an Evil-Lyn love fest with my Evil-Lyn video and all the different figures I was buying at Evil-Lyn and my 2000X custom that I made for classics and some other ones. Well, I still like Evil-Lyn a lot, but the love fest is still not going on. She's not one of my favorites anymore. Unfortunately, she still was in my top 11, but I just don't have the same crazy Evil-Lyn as I did before. But she is still cool. Anyway, there's her instructions right there. So let's go ahead and get her out of here. Oh, she took a tumble. Evil-Lyn, why are you falling around like that? Let's go ahead and get her out of here. Now, a lot of times I like to say these rubber bands for customs. I'm starting to get quite a few of them, so I'm just going to cut it off. I'm not going to say the rubber band this time. Because I got a bunch just sitting around that I've not used. It's not a rubber band there. Oh, it's just tape. All right, let's get her out of here. And there is our Evil-Lyn. Now, it is cool, the coloring. I actually like it a lot. And this will probably become my new Evil-Lyn right here. And you can see how cool her coloring is. Now, obviously, it's not standard skin tone color, because you can see the difference here between a figure that is skin tone color. And obviously, it's not the bright yellow we've seen before, but it kind of has that purplish, whitish kind of look to her. And it's just, like I said, like 2000X throwback. So let's go ahead and open up her wand. And again, it looks like it's just one color, purple. They didn't do a two-tone on it. I wish they would have just done a little bit more and just kind of colored it for us. Maybe the ball on top like they did with this one here, which I think is so cool, the one that came with Stephanie. But let's go ahead and pull that out. And it's just solid purple. And it's just like Evil-Lyn's one that comes with this figure, except for it's purple. So, oh, there we go. Now, it would have been cool if they would have given us a short one for the yellow Evil-Lyn and a long one for the 2000X version. But that's okay. She's still cool. Still like her. This is going to be my go-to Evil-Lyn now. And her articulation, ankle, boot cut, knees, and she still has the flappy knees. Moves up here, moves there, moves the waist, the arm, at the elbow, and of course the wrist. And of course her parts are swappable. So if you want, you can take and give her some cool black pants. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Huh. Anyway, let's get that out of there. Put this back together. Now, you know, when you put these back together, find that sweet spot where it lines up and then push it in. That way you don't break the tabs on the inside as easily. All right, let's go ahead and get to Fisto. Yes, I'd also love the animation style coloring on her too as well, Chris. That is great. Yeah, pop actor. A lot of people do like the yellows because it is that throwback and that, you know, that memory of what they had as a kid. And I have to admit, this brand that they've made is really very centered on nostalgia. So I'm going to go ahead and be very careful opening this one because I'm going to make this one my resealable one. Yes, the Fisto is really cool. So in order to reuse a box, what you want to do, let's just look at the box before we dive into it. You can put a sword in his hand and then he twists around. Ooh, other figures in the line. And then of course this cool artwork. And look who we have there. So are we going to get Jiu-Jitsu soon, or is that just a teaser? And look back here. This was that wall hanging playset that they never actually released. Let me see if I can find that really quick so I can show you guys what we're looking at here. I got too much stuff in the way. And I have the Power and Honor Foundation catalog here. Let's just go ahead and open this up and see if we can find that cool playset. Burp. Power and Honor Foundation. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Oh. Alright, here we are on the play sets. There it is. So it is this one right here. There's that play set, and you can see it in the back of the card art right there. And this was never produced. They had two versions of it, this one here and that one there. So you can kind of see their concept they're going for. It can hang on the doorknob or hanging on the wall, and basically you have a fun play set that's on your wall to play with your Masters of the Universe. This one right here is the same kind of deal. You can either go on your doorknob of your door or hang on the wall. And again, it had some really cool features. Notice the similarities. We got a gun, a platform, a hook hanging down of some sort, just to kind of make it fun. This one, oh, there's my alarm. So my alarm is actually set for an auction that I have starting right this moment for $1. And this auction is for Battle Armor Faker. So you get this Battle Armor Faker and his body to turn him back into Faker if you want to, as you saw in last night's video. Starting bid is $1. The link is in the description. So if you want to get this Battle Armor Faker just like this, built this way, ready to go, and this body part right here, ready to transform back into his original self, starting bid on this is $1, and the link is in my description right now, and the auction just went live a second ago. So there you guys go. Anyway, that's what the alarm was set for. Auction. All right. So that cool playset actually hung on the wall, and as a kid with that sliding wire, that'd be so cool to play with. I remember they used to show Trapjaw always sliding down this wire with a hole in his head. So same kind of deal as that. All right, so now let's be careful about opening this because you want to reuse the box. So what we're going to do is we are going to carefully cut around this box right here, all along this edge, and then try to extract Fisto out of there. So I'm going to cut high, and then I'm going to get him out, then cut a little bit lower, and I'll show you what I mean as I go around and do this. The first cut's going to be sloppy and kind of messy. The second cut should be nice and clean. So let's go ahead and try to get Fisto out of here without destroying too much of the box to start with. And when you guys see this, it's kind of a cool way to reseal your figures. I've done it for years. I cut too deep. Okay, well, that stinks. I'll go this way. You guys will get the idea, but you'll be more careful when you cut. Now, it does work better to use like a razor blade or something to do this as opposed to just taking scissors to it. These scissors are kind of dull, so it's not working quite the way I want it to. Now, some people will take and cut just a square along the bottom and then pull the figure out that way as well. That also works too. So I'm trying to stay just on top of the plastic. There we go. Ooh. I should have gone with the razor blade method. Cut. Ooh. Careful not to cut his thumb off. That would really stink. Okay. So as you can see, I kind of botched it a little bit right here because I cut too deep and accidentally cut part of the inside of the box right here doing it. So right here you can kind of see I cut that. So now we're going to pull him out of here. Whoop. I'm going to leave the comic in there. We've already seen it a few times. And now I'm going to go back around again. This time I'm going to cut it nice and clean all the way around. Now that I have a nice, easy way to get to both sides. Oh, that was not very clean. And again, a razor blade would probably do me better justice, or smaller scissors. I should have grabbed my smaller scissors. But this is just to kind of show you guys how to do this so you can do it on your own. Now, usually I'd take and draw a nice little line all the way around instead of just haphazardly cutting this. But you guys get the idea. All right, so now I have a card that has this cut out all the way around. And now if I want, I can put the figure back inside there very carefully by just kind of stuffing it in there and shoving it back inside there. But before I do that, let's first take a look at Fisto, and then I'll repackage him in a minute. So again, I've already got a couple of these rubber bands, so I'm not saving them. Pull this off the back with the tape. Now his purple's a lot darker than the Fisto that I remember as a kid. So that's kind of interesting. Let's get him out of there. Fisto! All right. So here we have Fisto. And you can see that he has ankle articulation, boot cut, knee cut. Of course, up there at the top, here as well. Same thing, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And it looks like this series, well, this one, I spoke too soon. This one's a little looser than it should be. You can see it's not quite set all the way deep in there. His fist rotates as well. And there we go. And it looks like his armor will pop off too if you're careful. So let's go ahead and get his sword open. Wow, the sword feels a little more stout than I remember. There we go. Ha! Fisto! So, let's see your guys' questions before I keep going. Hey, reviews on collectibles. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming from Brazil, Alexandra. It would have been great if they were made. Yes, we're getting Jitsu. That's awesome. That Fisto is cool. Definitely. They have to release Mechanic, Clawful, and Skyclone. Yep, Cyclone would be cool to have. Do you like the old figures or the new ones? I like classics. Those are my favorites. I like the metallic paint on him. I would love a Mechanic from Chris Allen. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about putting them back in the box. So now I'm going to take and put him back in his blister packing. And it just stinks that I was a little crazy on the cutting there. The cool part is I got another Fisto, so I could actually grab one and not have one that's damaged. And now stuff this back in there. There we go. I probably should have thrown the sword back there too while I was at it. And now I'm going to grab another. Where did I put it? I had one set aside just for this, but I don't see where I put it. Oh, here it is. Now I have another clamshell I can just put over the top of this. Now at first it's kind of tight because obviously it's not made to fit quite on there like that. So this one I'm going to cut the same way, but right close to the edge here, all the way around. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit different than the last one, and just get my scissors in here and just cut this all the way around, nice and close to where the card would connect. And try to keep it as long as you possibly can. And again, smaller scissors or a razor blade will work way better for this process. There we go. And now you just take this right here and you slide it right on the top. And there you go. There is your packaged Fisto figure. And you can see there's a slight seam right here, but when it's on your shelf, no one's really going to notice that. And that way then you can open this up, pull out your figure, or put it back on, and then have your figure look like it's sealed. All right, so let's go ahead and mess around with this figure and do some part swapping. Now, one of the first things I wanted to do for part swapping was I really wanted to make a battle armor Fisto, because we made our battle armor faker yesterday by just pulling stuff apart, and I thought this should be easy. I know what to do already. Just pull off his arms and his boots and whatever else I want and swap it with battle armor He-Man, right? Should be simple. And so I was getting them ready. I thought, all right, there's my battle armor He-Man, and look at the skin tone difference. If you were to start pulling pieces apart, they are not going to match. And since his arms don't come off at the top up here, now you could heat them up and probably pull them off right here, but these ones would not match because it's a different way it connects. So the stinky part is you really cannot make yourself a battle armor Fisto very easily. You know, which I was kind of disappointed in because I was really excited about swapping all the parts, putting the fist on this side, and bada bing, bada boom, and put it all together. Now, I guess I could pull this off and see how it's connected. Let's see here. Oh, it's on pretty tight. I'm going to have to. Oh, yeah. It's not connected the same. You can't see very well, I don't think, but it actually has a pin on the arm, on the forearm, that connects that. If I had hot water, I could probably heat it up and pull it off. Maybe next video. All right. So, one thing you can do, though, is you can make a Fisto that doesn't have his fist by using something like this. There we go. And now you can have Malcolm, before he turns into Fisto, still give him his cool armor. Now, if you notice, this is actually the head from the 80s. That's the head I made a long time ago. But you can have all the purplish look to him and have a custom Malcolm. Oh, it's crazy. This is actually soft rubber. I thought it'd be hard plastic like the one from the 80s. That's surprising. But to get it off and on, you got to yank the head. Whew. There we go. I'll use the new head. What the heck? There we go. Pre-Fisto. Ho! So kind of a cool... Before Fisto was Fisto, when he was still Malcolm. There we go. Cool. Fun stuff. So it's always fun to have the extra parts so you can do stuff like that. And, of course, I'd probably paint these bracers silver. Of course, they look cool black like that. I might just leave it. That way it's like he hasn't even got his bracers yet. So, there you go. Let's see, I hate these. With that said, I like to take their accessories and give the husks to the kids. That's funny. Yeah, yesterday I had my grandson over, and he was having a blast playing with the figures that were not as important to me, like Battle Armor He-Man and some other ones and some wrestling figures and stuff. And I let him play with my 80s Castle Grayskull. And then I ended up taking a nap. And while I was asleep, when I got up, because my wife was watching him, when I got up, he actually broke my 80s Castle Grayskull in 2 places. It's like, come on, man. This thing survived 40 years and 1 day with you and destroyed. I mean, yes, he's only 3 years old, you know. I guess I can't expect a lot. But I thought he'd just play a little bit softer with it. But nope, he was pretty rough with it. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining us. All right, let's go ahead and open up Panthor. Now, what's weird is this box feels different. It's soft feeling. Now, originally I thought they were going to flock it. I don't know what they did with it or what's on it, but it definitely does not feel like the normal cardboard. When I first got it, I thought maybe something was spilled on it, but I realized the whole cardboard is like that everywhere. It's like it's soft almost. It's really strange. Almost velvety feeling, but it's not. I don't know. I should take my magnifying glass and look at it close up, because there's something weird going on with the packaging on this. So this is the special collector's edition, and it was actually somebody on Facebook that actually sold this to me at cost and shipping. And so it was really cool of them, because they had found a couple extras in their store. So let's go ahead and bust this Panthor out of here and see how my helmet fits on a flocked Panthor, because I'm just curious. So let's go ahead and cut the tape on there. Yeah, it's just weird. You can feel that that weird softness is only on the outside of the box. The inside is just normal cardboard. So I'm not sure what they have on the box to make it soft like that. It's really strange. All right, so inside of here, we have a piece of plastic covering the top of this, which we did not see with the other Panthor. I guess it's to protect it more. And notice there's no wires holding them on there. So I guess you don't have to worry about the flocking coming off from the wires. So that's very nice the way they packaged it. Now, as you guys know, this is a more premium piece of cat. So that's why they probably had it this way, you know, to protect it. All right. He is very velvety feeling. It's almost irritating to my skin to touch it, actually. It's like, ooh. But there he is. And there's a couple spots that with a felt got pushed down on the package, so there's these little white spots there. But you can see right around the articulation, it's flock free. So, and actually, it looks, let me take a look at this. Looks like that's a little different, but maybe not. Maybe it is the exact same plastic underneath there. All right, so let's see how that helmet fits. Oh, and it's on the first pin. I like to point that out because it's interesting to see where they put them on here. Definitely weird. All right, so I happen to have a helmet right here. This one does not have the putty on it. It's just the helmet alone. And there you go. It fits pretty nice on the flocked one. In fact, it actually seems to fit just a little bit tighter on the flocked one, which is to be expected because the flocking's on there. But there is the helmet on the flocked one. Now, I'm not sure if you'd want to put poster putty on there or not. That's kind of a tough call. I'm kind of afraid to myself. If I did, I'd probably just put one small itty-bitty piece just to keep it in place. It may make more sense to actually use a rubber band to hold it in place. So let me go and take one of these clear rubber bands right here that I got from another figure I opened. And I'm just going to run this around the helmet here on both sides. Just run this right around like that under his chin, just like a party hat. Oh, not quite long enough. If it was long enough, then I'd stick it on the other side of the horns over here. Actually, you know what? It might work. Oh, that is tight. Tight, tight, tight. And bam, got it. There is your party hat. And they'll tuck it behind his seam right there. Okay, that did not work right. Oh, bummer. It's pulling it back too far on his head for it to work. Anyway, I don't want to pull that across, so I'm just going to cut this off because I do not want to try to pull that across his fuzz. Huh. I thought that would work, but it did not work. All right, so there you go. There is the furry guy. Just put that on there like that. And I guess that's how it's going to sit. So let's see, what else was I going to show you guys? Oh, He-Man's hair. So I had someone ask me if He-Man's hair was removable. So let's take a look at He-Man, like this guy right here. And it does look like his hair is removable. It will be a little bit of work to pull it off there. Probably some hot water and pulling it apart, and I think you can get the hair off his head. I'm not going to do it because we're not going to ruin a action figure's head today. But his hair is removable with some effort, hot water, and pulling it apart. All right. Does the flocking feel like the vintage Panthor? No, the flocking's way thinner on here. It feels more like velvet than it does flocking. So it's a lot thinner flocking than the original one that we had as a kid. That's a good question, Pop Actor. I wonder how long it could last. Excellent questions. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And check out that link I have in there for my Battle Armor Faker. Like I said, starting bid is $1 for him. And he does include the rest of his body, so you can put him back to regular figure configuration if you want to. Or you can just leave him as Battle Armor. I know it's not orange Battle Armor, but it's still cool. And he does come with his orange sword. That is a solid sword, not a half sword. And it does fit in his hand, so that's pretty cool as well. So there you go. Starting bid, $1. And the auction should be live right now. And then later, hopefully, I will get around to opening that Clamp Champ and turning him into a Hebrew. But this room is roasting, so I am done for today. Thanks, Chris. You are welcome. Thanks, Steve back. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, share the videos so we can get the audience built bigger. And I will see you guys next video. Let's see. I will go to Geek Dad and see what they are too. Bye now.